The heat is on as summer temperatures rise in parts of the U.S. People in South Texas are enduring record high temperatures over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Power grid stresses may cause Texans and other Americans to experience rolling brownouts. But what would happen if the country experienced more than just temporary interruptions in the electrical power supply? Our next guest believes an electromagnetic pulse attack may not only be likely, but imminent. Historian Dr. William Fortune is a New York Times best-selling author and expert on EMPs. His latest novel is 5 Years After, a political thriller about the aftermath of an EMP attack in America. That's out in August. Bill, it's a pleasure to talk with you. So what would an EMP attack on America look like? What would happen?
Okay, EMP, shorthand for electromagnetic pulse. It's created by launching ICBM launch. North Korea would be a likely candidate. Loft a missile 200 miles above the United States, detonate the nuclear warhead, sets up a cascading electromagnetic effect known as the Compton effect. Hits the Earth's surface, feeds into our electrical wiring, it starts shorting out the entire power grid. If they launch 3 missiles, eastern, central, western United States, it would shut our grid down permanently. The frightening figures are upwards of 90% of all Americans would perish within a year or two with the electricity gone.
Wow. So why do you think this is likely even imminent?
For a lot of different reasons. Sooner or later, somebody's going to try to do this. We've known about this response to nuclear weapons for 40 or more years. North Korea is the one I watch closely, followed by Iran, and then terrorist third states that might obtain a nuclear weapon. It will happen at some point. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but at some point it will happen.
And that's because you're a historian, you look at military history and the use of weaponry, or what brought you to that conclusion?
Well, a weapon system has never been designed without being used. Catapults, bows, tanks, nuclear weapons. Sooner or later, somebody is going to use this against an opponent.
Who else would be the aggressors here? China, Russia, they have the technology. Who would do this other than North Korea?
I don't see Russia or China doing it because we would do it back. North Korea actually does already have the capability. North Korea has the capacity to launch a missile at least to the west coast of the United States, and they've had it for several years now. They're the players I worry about.
So how long would it take to restore order, normalcy? Would we ever get back to normal?
No. DOE studies several years back indicated that 50% to 80% of our power grid would still be offline 5 years later.
Okay, now let's talk about water, because people don't think about that. I mean, if you live out in the western part of the U.S., you're very focused on water because of the dry conditions. But what would it mean for the entire country when it comes to water supply?
Well, I'll ask you a quick question. When you got up this morning, where did your water come from?
Yeah, it came from my faucet.
Yes, yeah, it miraculously comes out of the faucet. It requires electrical power. Electricity is the fundamental building block of our society. We lose our water, we lose our food. About 20 days food is about the max for most towns. We lose medication, we lose command and control, we lose it all.
And there's a great emphasis right now, Bill, on electric vehicles. The president would like to see us move in that direction. So how about just combustible engines?
Well, what are called ICE, internal combustion engine cars. Estimates are any car made after about 1980, anywhere from 10 to 70 to 80% of those cars would short circuit as well.
So we'd really be out of luck, wouldn't we?
Yeah, and the frustrating thing of it is we are currently spending $1 trillion on green energy, and I support some of that, but we're not spending money on the basic infrastructure of electricity. The average component in our electrical grid is upwards of 40 years old. We're pumping electricity in 2023 in a 1970s, 1980s system. And we're actually decreasing our generating capacity at the moment, which is crazy.
Well, what else do we need to do then to protect our nation and people?
We need to have a robust return to generate electricity in a meaningful way using natural gas is one. Secondly, spare parts. All those spare parts we need, the big transformers, where do you think they're made?
China.
China. Yeah. We farmed out all the components of our electrical grid decades ago. That would be like on December 7th, 1941, we had to admit, gee, all our aircraft carriers are made in Japan. Our planes are made in Germany. We need a homegrown return of industrialization to support the electrical grid.
Okay, the novel is 5 years after, the latest in the series from Dr. William Fortune. Bill, thank you for being with us. We appreciate it. That book's coming out in August, correct?
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay, God bless.
Come on, Jake, push it. Attack.
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders from the great millstone. Shalom to the brothers and sisters in the house of David. This is the Ram Ash from the lines of the 12 here in Sacramento. Today's date is June 28, 2023. The Apostle Tahar stated this year, the hopeful year of all prophecies come to pass. Lord's will that all prophecies come to pass. So there you go. There you have it. I mean, the warnings is overwhelming, especially that the Most High Yahweh Bashma Shah send the prophets out there are blowing the trumpet to warn our people what's to come. And the vibe is out there of Jacob's trouble. You know, the vibration, you can feel the energy, you can feel the vibration that, hey man, Jacob's trouble is around the corner. All hell is about to break loose. They are saying that the power gonna go off. The electric, it's not gonna be temporal. It's gonna be complete off, man. It's not gonna, just all the power is going to turn off, man. It's an EMP attack, There's no way you're going to turn it back on the next hour or 3 hours or next day. It's going to take a long time to to fix those type of things, Everything's going to get fried up. And so, real quick, I want to show you something. Right there, it says the airline Constellation is speaking ahead of July 4th, the holiday. It says more than 700 scheduled flights have been canceled in the U.S. Wednesday morning as airlines prepared for a surge of passengers ahead of July 4th, the holiday weekend. And it's very spiritual because me and the brothers out here on Tuesday we speaking about this. Like we got this a funny feeling that something July is gonna crack off, man. Speaking as a man, it's just what I'm saying. You just had those feelings, And then voila, it turns out airlines cancellation. So a bunch it says so it's over. So 700 scheduled flights have been canceled over July 4th weekend. In the spiritual too, because it says 144 on the left hand side right there, So we'll see. They talking about Fed now and stuff like that in July. I mean that's like a couple of days, And it's gonna be a cashless society. So everything is around the corner. So our job is to watch and blow the trumpet to the nation of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and set your house in order. You gotta get yourself right, man. Because if you don't get yourself right, if you don't not prepare, your house will suffer, because you wasn't prepared and you didn't set your house in order, and you wasn't take heed and not listen to the word Yahweh Shema Shai. So you're gonna suffer the consequences. I mean, the warnings out there, especially the men of the Lord, especially the elders, the apostle, the elders from the Great Millstone, been out there over 30 plus years, you know, and now in this generation, and you got people like that in the news, you know, saying we just watch right now and talking about power outage. You see that? See what I'm saying? So that's a vibration. It's push out there, or the blackouts, man. That'll be it, man. That'll be all. And then Babylon here, Babylon the Great Whore, aka America, is surrounded by troops, you know. So they're on standby because they know they had it all planned. So they know if they shut the power down and all hell's break loose and everybody's gonna be looting, pretty much purging, and then they're gonna be in a situation which is martial law to calm everything down, and that's not gonna be a good thing. You know. So let's go ahead and grab some scriptures. And then I like to start off with Ezekiel, 3rd chapter, verse 17. It says this because this is a very important. You got a very important job to do, man. It says Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word and at my mouth and give them warning from me. You see, and so a lot of men doesn't watch. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the two-thirds ain't watching, man. They're not fit. You know what I'm saying? They're not watching. They care less what's going on. But it's funny how is when they judgment come, they want to get right. They want to get serious with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? When judgment comes in front of the door, now they're crying out. You see? But right now, nothing's happening, so they care less. You know what I'm saying? So keep that same energy. So hey, the men of the Lord, we got a job to do. This is a special job. We're always watching. You know, I'm a YouTube junkie. You know, I'm gonna always see what's going on, what's happening around the world. You know what I'm saying? To be our watchman. So we watch and give out the report. You know, and filter in with the scriptures. You see? So, same book, Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 1, it says, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh come unto me, saying, also the Son of Man, thus says the Lord Yahweh power unto the land of Israel, the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to their ways, and will recompense upon thee and all abominations. And my eye shall not spare, neither I will have pity, but I will recompense their ways upon thee, and abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Thus says the Lord out of one power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. Verse 6, it says, the end is come, it watches for thee, behold, it is come. You see? And we here, man, it's around the corner. It's not gonna pass bone to the next 5-10 years now, man. We here. This is it. So this comes. So on evil is gonna come bad times. You know? So your 2/3 of the house of Israel, that your fun days are over. And then you got some Israelites saying that we won't have fun. You know, but that's not the spirit to be in right now, man, to have fun. I mean, when you come to the truth, it's just a disciplined, strict way. You know, you got to have that kingly mindset, man. You know, you supposed to feed the sheep and feed the lambs, and nothing else, man. You know, and give them warning from the most Yahweh Shemashai, not to BSing around. So the end has come, see? So Most High is gonna cut all the fun stuff out of the way. You know. So no more clubbing, no more rapping, no more football, no more basketball, no more none of that. That's all going to be swiped away. No more mirth. You know. It's gonna be bad times now. And back out here. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 17 says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. That says the beginning of sorrows and the great mournings, and beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when this evil shall come? It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulations and anguish are sent as scourges for enemy. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. You see, they was talking about that on that video we just seen together. Many people will die of just a power outage, man. You see? I mean, if you think about it, but a whole lot of people their support is the Wi-Fi, electric. You know what I'm saying? People are relying on the power because you got a whole lot of people needs power for, you know, for the oxygen. To think about it, there's people on oxygen tanks and people on the hospital beds. Whoo! You can imagine those people in the hospital, just like injuries or recovering injuries, or they're about doing surgeries, and the power cuts out. There you go. Just that alone. You know what I'm saying? People dropping like that. Death. You know, and then you got a lot of people gonna die with famine, man. It says, verse 22, it says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. You see, it's no escaping from the Most High Yahweh Shemashai's judgment, man. It says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down, and there shall be no more man left till the earth and sow it. So like that's the point right there. It says the verse 23, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. You see that? So there ain't gonna be no more funerals. No more is gonna comfort you in those days. When people still on their feet and still alive, they're gonna look at the dead bodies, or they're gonna see a body on the floor, barely surviving, they're gonna look at you and keep moving. You know what I'm saying? But they gotta save their own ass. It's gonna be a crucial day of bad times, man, evil times. You see? You're gonna see a lot of people gonna get stomped out, man. You know, stampede. So let's go to Sirach chapter 40, verse 8. It says, such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and sevenfold, and that is a sevenfold more upon sinners, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulations, and the scourges. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes come the flood. That's right. You see, so all these things are credited for the wicked, man. The people is despise the word of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah. You mark from destruction, and their spirits are credited for vengeance, man. You see, and you're gonna be a pitiful case. You're gonna know about death by pain, man, because you despise the Heavenly Father and the Son Yahushua, man. You told disrespectful. And here he is, the Lord Yahweh Shemashah is reaching out to you, man. He's calling you out, you know what I'm saying, to come back to him, but you refused. See? And let's back out. Ezekiel chapter, Ezekiel chapter 9. Verse 4, it says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go thou through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads, that men that sign and cry for all abominations that be done the midst thereof. That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's why we crying out, because we have a problem with this place. This place is nothing but wickedness here at Babylon the Great. It's careless city. It's out of order. This place is rebellious. You know, there's no structure here. There's no discipline here. Just do whatever you want. It's a fun house. It's a circus. You know, we got a lot of freaks out here, man. You know what I'm saying? So we see the men of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, are crying out to the Lord. You know, we're crying for all abominations, all from A to Z. We crying all, you know what I'm saying? We crying out, you know? And but you Israelites, you know, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're not crying out. You got no problem with this place. You just let bygones be bygones. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get it too, because you with this place. You're supposed to be crying out to the Lord to destroy this place, you know? It says, and to the others, he said, mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women, and come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary, that they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. And he said unto them, that was pretty much the point. You know, it says, slay utterly and old and young, and both maids and little children, and the woman, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark. The mark is going to the wa, resistance from judgment, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before in the house. You see? So there were angels are commanded from the Most High, Yahweh Shemashah, that go smite, but don't touch the ones have the mark. The ones has the mark, the wa. You know, reserved for judgment, meaning preserve them, protect them, because they're the ones that silent crying, and they're the one pretty much the elect. You know what I'm saying? The rest are going to die off. And I got one more scripture, book of Job, chapter 5, verse 19. It says, He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. You see that? That's what we're going into, evil. In bad times. It says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and the war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for thou shalt be leagued with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. You see? So Yahweh Bashim Ashai, you hear that? I don't know, y'all can hear it in the background, but there's the ambulance and the fire trucks. Trouble. You see? On cue, on time. All praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Ashai. It says, He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. You see that? So no evil will touch you. You have that tawah, resentment from judgment. You're going to see a whole lot of people get put to death, man. Old, women, children. You're going to see, hey, man, you're going to see some stuff. The Most High, He's going to bring the terror on these people, man. You see? It's going to be so gruesome that no human being should see those type of things. It's not really processing, it's not registering in your mind. That's how bad it's going to be out here, man. But hey, He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. See that? So no evil will touch you. So I'm going to go ahead and end there. But first and foremost, I look to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders from the great millstone. Shalom to the brothers and sisters of the house of David. Until the next time, Shalom. Remember, brothers and sisters, always watch and always pray. Pray for each other and for yourself and your loved ones and the brotherhoods, you know what I'm saying? And for each other, pray to the Lord Yahweh Shemashai all times. So keep fighting, keep pushing. We're almost home. We're almost out of here. Shalom.